Hello there and welcome to a brand new episode of Hala Kuwait. My name is Tariq Al-Arian and we're coming to you live tonight from the Ministry of Information Studios right here in downtown Kuwait. And I hope everyone out there is having a great evening, wherever you may be watching tonight's episode of the program. As usual, the camera crew have been very busy filming all around the state of Kuwait. We have a lot of great reports to get you caught up on tonight's episode, time permitting. And we have some distinguished guests who will be joining us in the studio very shortly. We have all that plus a lot more this evening right here on Hala Kuwait. But right now we'd like to get to our first report, which has it's the campaign for our beloved Amir and the Aviation Science Club team in cooperation with the Kuwait Girls Guides Association launched a campaign for our beloved Amir. And it was a special air show that was held yesterday, Wednesday, on the shores by the Kuwait Towers. It was really a great event, so beautiful. And let's now take a look at this report. It's the campaign for our beloved Amir. Stay tuned. Well, we're back right here in the studio, and if you're just tuning in, you're watching Hala Kuwait right here on the family channel KTV2, and we're taking a look at some of our beautiful reports. That was really an amazing air show that was held yesterday by the Kuwait Towers with colors of the Kuwait flag, plus a lot more on that air show. Well, right now we want to move on to our next report, and the National Council for Culture, Arts and Letters announced the launch of the 24th El Grain Cultural Festival from January 10th to the 29th of January. So let's now take a look at this report dealing with the 24th El Grain Cultural Festival. Stay tuned.
سعداء اليوم بانطلاقة الدورة 24 لمهرجان القرين الثقافي، والذي يقام تحت رعاية كريمة من قبل سمو رئيس مجلس الوزراء الشيخ جابر مبارك الحمد حفظه الله ورعاه. هذا المهرجان سيضم يعني مجموعة كبيرة من الأنشطة والفعاليات تمتد على مدار 21 يوم. الفعاليات التي يتضمنها هذا المهرجان تتنوع ما بين فعاليات محلية وإقليمية وعربية وعالمية. هناك الحقيقة العديد من الأنشطة الموسيقية القادمة من دول مختلفة كازاخستان، النمسا، جنوب أفريقيا. هناك أنشطة مسرحية محلية ستقدم عروضها خلال فترة المهرجان. هناك العديد من وسائل التكريم الحقيقة اللي سيصار إلى تكريم كوكبة من العاملين أو من المبدعين من أبناء هذا الوطن في مجال جوائز الدولة التشجيعية والتقديرية، إضافة إلى انطلاقة المهرجان ستكون بتكريم الشاعر الغنائي ياسين شملان الحساوي. هناك محطات أيضا لتكريم بعض الأدباء والفنانين الذين قدموا لهذا الوطن الكثير، منهم الشاعر الكبير فهد بورسلي، وأيضا الفنان القدير حميد خزعل. هناك الحقيقة أنشطة موجهة إلى الناشئة، وبالإضافة إلى الندوة الرئيسية للمهرجان تحت عنوان اقتصاديات الثقافة، والتي سيجتمع حولها الكثير من المبدعين على مستوى العالم العربي لتقديم محاور هذه الندوة لجمهور الحراك الثقافي في دولة الكويت.
Well, we're back right here on Hala Kuwait, and I hope everyone out there is enjoying their evening. And right now we have for you our first interview segment. We're going to be talking about the Kuwait-Cuba Friendship Group. And we have with us this evening His Excellency, Mr. Fernando Palaz Maza, who is the ambassador of Cuba to the state of Kuwait. And he's joined this evening by Dr. Mustafa Babahani, who is the president of the Kuwait-Cuba Friendship Group. Your Excellency, welcome to our program, Hala Kuwait.
Thank you. It's a great honor to be the possibility to be with you and to talk, accompanied with Dr. Babahani, about the Cuban-Kuwait relation, bilateral relation, and the possibility to spread and advance in the bilateral relation that is the goal, the main goal of this group.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you right here on the program. And Dr. Mustafa Babahani, always nice to have you with us this evening. And you as the president of the Kuwait-Cuba Friendship Group, can you tell us the goals and objectives of this group, please, Doctor?
Yes, we're glad receiving the new ambassador, who's been very active forming this group, and also encouraging to have activities and even travel, helping us with the government. And basically Kuwait is trying to have good relations with countries, friendly countries, and especially Latin America. Now there is opening for Kuwait society and the private sector to have a good connection and relations with Cuba.
Good to hear that. And Mr. Ambassador, welcome also to the state of Kuwait. I know you've been here a few months. Can you tell us your impressions of the country and how have things been going so far?
Yeah, really, I've been here only 2 months, and from the beginning, I'm enjoying a lot your hospitality and your warm reception. I really enjoy the possibility to share with you all the Cuban information, the Cuban achievement, and it's very important for me to pushing forward and to do our best to improve bilateral relations between both countries. I think will be very good for both sides to moving forward to promote contact, and the friendship group will have a very important role in that direction.
Okay, so we look forward to more of the activities that are going to take place. And tell us, Dr. Mustafa, how has the Kuwait-Cuba Friendship Group been going? You said there's been a lot of activities, and so tell us about some of them.
Yes, we have meetings, and His Excellency, the Ambassador, gave us a presentation. I think he will explain more about what is special about Cuba and many fields which are outstanding, right now in the medical field, and also there are the cars, the antiques, cigar. So we want to have first-hand experience to see what is there. Also in the private sector, there are many investors, and so the best way to open up to Cuba is to have a visit there, and also to have exchange of culture and society. So in our group, this is the way we do it. If you want to know the people, who have to be there.
Yeah, so Mr. Ambassador, hopefully there'll be a trip maybe arranged soon to have more joint cooperation for the Kuwaitis to see more about Cuba and so forth, and vice versa?
Yeah, according to our experience in Cuba, there are tens of those kind of friendship group all over the world. Even in this region, in the Middle East, there are very active friendship groups in Lebanon, Jordan, Qatar, Syria, Egypt, etc. Then those groups has a very important role, and according to our experience, mobilize the society to strengthen bilateral relations in many areas, in many camps, cultural, sports, in medicines, and in investment, foreign investment in our country. Then we are arranged a visit of member of the group, leading by the president of the friendship group, to Cuba, and there they will have the possibility to...
Yeah, can you hold that up for to the monitor there, right there? Yes.
They will have the possibility to move through the country to the main places, tourists and historic places in Cuba, and they will enjoy the possibility to touch with their hand and to see by themselves any possibility to cooperate and to strengthen bilateral relations in many areas. Then, right now we are organizing the possibility to visit very important tourist objectives in Cuba. We have those magazines to show the kind of possibility that we have in Cuba, the member of the group. We hope that after the visit of the group will be more activism in both sides to promote bilateral relations on any sectors. For instance, right now there are more than 60 countries making investment in Cuba.
Great.
More than 60 countries, and all of them they are gaining a big profit in making investment in Cuba. Even there are companies from the USA, even facing the blockade, there are companies from the USA trying to make investment in Cuba, and both sides, we were working very hard to promote those investments. But unfortunately, the relation is getting again in a bad situation because the decision of the current American administration to freeze the bilateral relation. But the possibility to make investment in Cuba, to buy Cuba products, and to get the Cuban experience in medical and health public education will be very important for both sides, and Cuba has the willingness to share with Kuwait all the achievement that we have in social security, health care and education with the to benefit of the Kuwaiti people and the Kuwaiti government.
I think your medical
Yeah, Cuba is well known for their
yes.
great medical services also, Mr. Ambassador.
and also all free.
Yes.
What is unique country giving all these studies free, and Kuwait now we are building new hospitals so we need first nurses. So I think His Excellency the Ambassador will have a lot of agreement with the government and with the private sector. So we will strengthen the ties, especially people-to-people relations.
Well, it's a great friendship between these two countries, and we're going to have a short break right now, right here on Hala Kuwait, and then we will be back with some more of our segments and interview this evening right here with our distinguished guest, the Ambassador, His Excellency the Ambassador of Cuba to the State of Kuwait, as well as Dr. Mustafa. So stay tuned right now. We'll take this short break. Stay tuned. Well, we're back right here on Hala Kuwait, and our guest this evening is Excellency Mr. Fernando Perez Maza, the Ambassador of Cuba to the State of Kuwait, and Dr. Mustafa Babahani, the President of the Kuwait-Cuba Friendship Group. And Dr. Mustafa, you know, that was a great explanation about the beautiful country of Cuba by His Excellency the Ambassador. So how do you see the bilateral relationship between the two countries?
I think since the ambassador came, we starting to have good response from our group. They are excited. We have more, so we are planning to travel in March 15 to 25. And we have more people because for Kuwaiti society is a new country welcoming us, and so.
Well, it's a beautiful country, Dr. Mustafa and
right.
Mr. Ambassador. I've been before, so much to see and do, and very interesting country. Tell us about, Mr. Ambassador, some of the great touristic places to see there.
Yeah, fortunately, we have a very nice natural condition for tourism activity in our country. We have a very nice beaches, very nice weather whole year, and we have the most important, a very outstanding people, a very security environment. We have no violence, we have no drugs in Cuba. Then any visitor in Cuba, they have guaranteed their security, very safe, and the Cuban people is very warm. The Cuban people like to share with the visitor everything they have, and all the visitors are most than welcome in Cuba, and that will be with the Kuwaiti people who travel to Cuba. They, after the trip, will be very, very good if we have the possibility to talk again in this in this program because
Yeah, it's nice to see the people's impressions.
yeah, they will
of
have the
beautiful
possibility
country.
to count by themselves the experience. Everything is ready in Cuba for working with the friendship group, and they are only waiting for the arrival of the group to put in place a very nice program, visit all the tourist
And Mr. Ambassador,
activity there. We have here,
what do
for
you have
instance,
here? Yeah.
some places that they are going to visit.
Yes, some of the beautiful places to
Very
see
nice,
there.
very beautiful places,
Yes.
unique places.
And these brochures are all available at the embassy too, correct?
Yeah, of course, at the
Okay.
embassy, and I'm going to leave
Okay.
all of them here in the studio, and you use
We'll leave it for our staff to take a look at.
as
And
a
Mr.
promotion, as a promotional activity to the tourism in Cuba. Right now, there are more than 5 million people visiting Cuba. More than 120 airliners are flying to Cuba. Many of them Americans. Many of them Americans. This year, the last year, the 2007, more than 1 million American citizens traveled to Cuba, even facing the blockade against Cuba. They are traveling because we are so close and we have many things in common. And the Cuban people is very warm and they enjoy our hospitality, our friendship, and that will be the situation with the people from our friend from the
Yeah,
friendship
you
group.
had a lot of successful meetings in Kuwait already, Mr. Ambassador.
Yeah,
Tell,
Well-
us,
Yes.
tell us about the group and the meetings.
I have the possibility to be invited to some diwanillas.
Yes.
Diwanilla is a very important
Social activity,
social
yes.
activity here. I've been invited to some diwanilla. One of them invited by the Dr. Mustafa Barbahani there. I met with a member of the group, many nice people, very outstanding people, representative of the so-called social spectrum of Kuwait.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have the possibility to share with them some opinion. I made a presentation about the
Yes.
reality of Cuba, the possibility to make investment in Cuba, the tourism activity in Cuba. They were very pleased with that. And the Cuban institution, they are working for them there to put on the table everything we have to share with Kuwait and the Kuwaiti people and to enjoy our hospitality and our warmth.
Yes. And then you speak some Arabic and you
Well, because
Yeah,
my last assignment was in Syria.
Okay, so you
I
picked
lived,
up
I
some
lived
Arabic.
there. I lived there 8 years.
Wow, long time then.
8 years,
so you learn Arabic, some
and I
Arabic.
learned some words in Arabic.
Okay, excellent.
Allah sahlan, mabruk, inshallah, akid.
Okay.
Only some words. I would like to learn a lot because it is
Sure.
a very important language, and you have a very important influence in this word from the beginning.
Yes.
In our Spanish, we have more than 5,000 words from
Arabic.
Arab.
Ah, very good.
Arabic word 5,000.
I did not know
Yes.
that.
5,000
That's
words
Amazing.
in our Cuban Spanish from Arab. Almohada, almacén,
So many, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many.
Yes.
Great to hear that.
Algarabilla, algarabilla.
Ah, okay.
More or less.
Now-
even
now-
food. We enjoy a lot.
Yes.
The food from the Arab countries.
Yeah.
Now you learn the Diwaniya.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I enjoy a lot the meeting with my brothers and friends from Kuwait. Really, I feel that because they gave me
You feel very nice
a
here, huh?
warm reception.
That's
and I'm
amazing.
enjoying your hospitality.
Dr. Mustafa, tell us
Kuwait
about
now
that.
is like your second home. Your
Kuwait Beta. Alain Kuwait Beta.
Beiti.
Yes,
Beta.
I know. Well, that's good to hear that it's your second home, and now you're home right now, Mr. Ambassador.
Yeah,
and,
I hope to spend here many years.
we hope to have you here also many years. We know you've already, during your short time here, developed some very strong and good friendships. And,
Yeah.
we hope that you stay.
And the people
Yes.
like him, you know.
Yes, of course.
Tarek, you were talking some minutes ago about the Cuban health system.
Yeah.
To give you some features.
Tell
only.
us about it, please.
Yeah, there are more than 50,000 Cuban doctors, a physician, and physicians working abroad with the Cuban program, bilateral program with many countries.
Yes. Well known for their high
50,000.
quality.
Yeah. And for instance, I know that you are building very big hospital here.
Yes.
Yes.
this is a priority for the Kuwaiti government to
Get
give
this
the
project
best,
concluded,
the best medical and health attention to the people. That's very good.
Yes.
And you have a very important new hospital. And sometimes there are some countries that they don't have all the people to work at the hospital.
Yes.
We have the experience, for instance, in Qatar. There is a hospital, big hospital named Durham Hospital. It's completely 100%
Cuban.
with Cuban personnel.
The
there.
staff is all Cuban.
All Cubans.
Great.
People, the administrative, the doctor, physician, nurses, everybody is Cuban personnel.
By the
Go
way,
ahead,
on
Dr. Mustafa.
Desman Center.
Yes, at Desman
they-
Diabetes Institute, they
yes.
also had some Cuban staff working there, and they're very professional, high quality staff, and hopefully that's some collaboration you'll work on in the future.
Yeah, of course. We are open and we have the willingness. When I have the great moment to present His Highness the Emir Al-Ahmad Al-Jabal Al-Sabah, my credit letter, we were talking about the possibility to strengthen relation on healthcare system. And Cuba is ready. For instance, another feature, in Cuba there are more than 121,000 students studying medicine, even from the USA, even from the America.
And that's free.
And free, yeah, free. So far, non-Kuwaiti. John, why not?
That's something, Dr. Mustafa, to
Yeah, well,
help His
that is one of
Excellency
the
with.
areas that we have to work together.
Yes, what area we have to work on.
Yeah, we have a student from Philistine, Jordan, Qatar, Emirates, Syria,
All over the world.
all over the world.
That's really amazing.
But none,
Inshallah, in the future
None.
from Kuwait.
Akid.
Akid, yes,
We'll
yes,
get
sure.
trip, inshallah.
Yeah.
Tell us, Dr. Mustafa, how were the meetings and gatherings that you had in your Diwaniya? How were those?
It was very warm, and they had a lot of questions, and because of the distance, we left Latin America because of just the travel. So if we make the travel easy, will be a gateway to this Latin America, which is now developing fast. They will having stability, and as I said, especially from Kuwait, we are very welcome because Kuwait is stable and progressive, and then we have the best emir. Everybody talk about him, and he had a lot of awards for humanity and other things. So we follow his path, and think, as His Excellency the Ambassador said, he came to Kuwait, he felt at home. So this is a unique, We will talk a lot about Diwaniyas, but the people who come from abroad, they appreciate it.
Yeah, the Diwani is a unique feature of Kuwait society, and we'd like to thank you both for being my guests this evening, right here on Hala Kuwait. And Mr. Ambassador, we hope you have a very pleasant stay right here in the state of Kuwait, and Happy New Year to you and your
Thank you,
family,
Tariq.
and a
Thanks a
pleasure
lot.
for you to be with us this evening on the program.
Thank you again for the invitation. I really enjoyed your hospitality, your climate, your Diwaniyya. I'm enjoying everything in Kuwait. I'm so happy to be here, and I will enjoy, and it will be a pleasure to be with you again anytime when you consider convenient.
You're welcome. This is your program. You're welcome at any time, and thank you for being our guest. And Dr. Mustafa, once again, thank you for being our guest this evening right here on Hala Kuwait. And we wish you and all the group, the Kuwait-Cuba Friendship Group, the best of luck in your future activities.
I want to say something in Arab.
Sure.
In Arabic.
Tahia Kuwait.
تحية Kuwait.
That's very nice of you.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador,
pleasure.
and Dr. Mustafa.
Yes.
Thank you for being our guest.
Well, we appreciate you inviting us for the activities, and I
hope to
hope
see you soon.
yes, when we come back from the trip
Sure.
and have more
Sure.
information
Sure.
and understand.
It'll be our pleasure. Thank you for being our guest. And right now, we'd like to move on to our next report this evening, right here on Hala Kuwait. And we want to go to the Engineering Design Exhibition. So let's take a look at this exhibition and what took place. Stay tuned.
I have the project SpeakSim, which is basically a virtual reality exposure therapy for people who have public speaking difficulties. Basically, it works by the user wearing a virtual reality headset and then giving a public speech to a in a virtual environment, and then the symptoms of the public speaking anxiety and the difficulties he has are recorded and also analyzed, and then analysis of the symptoms are given so the user knows what he can improve upon during public speaking. So in the future speeches he gives in the public, he has a better experience. Thank you.
It is a time travel machine that takes you back to Kuwait in 1951. You will live Kuwait in 1951, not with images, not with books, but with your own self using the virtual reality technology, in which you will experience and live Kuwait in that time. There are people who roams and talk. There are also kids who run and interact with each other. So live and experience what Kuwait was in an authentic and realistic way. Thank you.
Our project is in Guido. It is an application dedicated to the College of Engineering and Petroleums to help the engineers and the freshmen especially to get known to the facilities and for navigation. It has three main features: the search feature, and the navigation feature, and the recognition feature. The recognition feature is to recognize each building separately, whereas the camera recognize the building and put the name of the building. The navigation will help the student to reach the destination building inside the college. And thank you.
Our project is production optimization, which is the aim of the project is to optimize the production in 10 wells by using two software. One of them name is Prosper and another is Gap. First, the Prosper, which is match the well performance field in software, also in field. And the Gap software, which is the connection of the 10 wells to one manifold and optimize the production on the manifold eventually. Thank you.
Well, we're back right here in the studio, and our guests, what we have right now, we have with us Dr. Munira Al-Zenki, and Dr. Munira is a consultant in advanced general dentistry with a subspecialty in special care dentistry, and she's one of the first right here in the state of Kuwait to have this very unique specialty. and it's really a pleasure to have her right here on our program this evening, Hala Kuwait. Good evening, doctor, and welcome to our program.
Thank you, Tariq, and thank you for having me.
Nice to have you with us right here on Hala Kuwait. And in the beginning, doctor, can you give our audience a little profile of the clinic for the disabled that you have and the elderly, and what are the cases that are received in the clinics, and a little bit about your unique specialization, please?
Sure. Special care dentistry is a broad term that comes underneath it certain categories. One of the main categories that we deal with in our clinic is the special needs, and mainly we focus on the mentally disabled, which are very difficult to manage in the normal clinics, and that's why we have a specialist to deal with them in the chair. Second category that we deal with is the cancer patients. Patients that are diagnosed with cancer, they are referred to us directly from the KCC to manage their dental treatment before they start their chemo radiotherapy, during their therapy, and after that. Third category that we deal with is the medically compromised patients. As you know, as people get older, they have more complex conditions, and they have to be managed by specialists that have more knowledge than the normal dentist. Fourth category is we deal with elderly patients and those that are very difficult to manage in dental chair. For example, the bedridden and mainly the Alzheimer patients. Who lost the communication skills,
Sure.
and they are totally dependent on their carers. We do still get referrals from the psychiatric hospital where they have very difficult patients they cannot deal with. We'll treat them in our clinic as well, along with the social affairs. If they have uncooperative patients, they be referred to our department. So we're quite busy.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, with all
yeah,
this that's
we're quite
going on.
busy. Yes.
Very
yeah.
hectic schedule, doctor.
It is hectic, yet it's very unique. So every day you have a different challenge, different case, and more experience to add to yourself.
Yeah, so I mean, the beginning, I think in the past, it was the clinic in the Amiri Hospital was the only one, correct?
We started
And
in
then
September.
developed,
Yeah,
yeah.
we started in September 2013, and we started like a full-time clinic, and it was the only clinic that covers the whole country. So we received all patients non-stop. We deal them in the chair, and the difficult ones will be dealt with under general anesthesia in the hospital. And after that, I was sent to the scholarship to get my master's in special care dentistry, as I wanted to help, but I wanted to support my intention with good, solid knowledge. And that's when I got my master's in special care dentistry, and we came back, and I've trained my staff, and we're still doing like internships for doctors who are interested to expand our team.
Okay.
And we can have more branches, inshallah.
Inshallah, that's something in the future. I know you work exactly with...
Actually, the future is already present.
Great.
A year ago, we opened the branch in Al Jahr Hospital.
Okay, that's amazing.
And we have 2 doctors working there. And in the near future, we're opening in Al Adan Hospital,
In the near
inshallah.
future, that means the upcoming months, hopefully?
Actually, the clinic has been prepared now.
Great.
So, and my doctors are ready to run the clinic there.
Amazing, that's good.
And in the far future, inshallah, Farwani will be opening. So we'll try to cover the whole country and provide clinic for the patient nearby their districts.
Okay, well, that's amazing. And doctor, you were kind enough to provide some videos
Yes.
of some of your great work. Our director and team will put those on the screen. What are we taking a look at here, doctor?
Well, this is managing a patient in the wheelchair. Some of our patients are wheelchair bound. They can't be transferred to the dental chair. And this is one of our patients. She's having a routine follow-up scaling. And as you see, there's like little twists and tweaks of our backs. But this is the only way that we can provide for the patient. We don't refuse any patient. We don't say we cannot. We're always willing and try our best. I have a wonderful team who's giving 100%, no, it's 1000% actually. And this was just a patient having enormous scaling in her own wheelchair with the dental nurse helping.
So you don't get her out of the chair, you move the equipment around the patient.
Some patient cannot be moved to the dental chair, and inshallah in the near future we're going to have an equipment called a wheelchair recliner. It's like a platform that the patient can park his wheelchair in, then the whole platform with the wheelchair will be twisted back as a dental chair.
Okay,
and
amazing.
That will help the patient a lot, inshallah.
Well, Dr. Amnira, you're really doing some fine work, you and your team, like you said, spreading now all around the Kuwait to help Not just the children,
Yes.
also the elderly. So it's great that you're doing this.
Actually, our clinic deals with patients above 12 years old. So 12 to 100 is our age group. And we had 4 years of achievements, actually, and it's ongoing. Alhamdulillah.
Amazing to hear that. So, so does the medical equipment differ from the specialized dental clinic for people with special needs and the equipment used?
Well, the main equipment and the main bonus that we have in our department is time. We spend our time with the patient, and that is not available in the normal dental clinic. If they're receiving 20 patients, they don't have the time to spend their time with the patient. When it comes to us, we have more patients ourselves as dentists, so we give the patient their time. Sometimes they come in a bad mood,
Of
and
course.
sometimes they have a good mood. If they're in a good mood, they say hello, sit in the chair, and they will open their mouth. If they're in a bad mood, it will take them like 20 minutes to 30 minutes just to move from the door of the clinic to the
Sure.
dental chair, and you have to wait for them to be convinced to sit in the chair. So it depends.
So besides dental skills, your staff and everyone in your staff have to have good people skills too, huh?
Yeah, you have to have patience, and I mean
Yes.
real patience
Patience
with
is
the
a
patient.
virtue, yes.
It's actually the thing, and it's something that comes from the inside, because to deal with special needs, you have to have a talent of communication and management. It's not the dentistry. We are all dentists, but the management is the difference in our clinic than other clinics. You have to introduce the patient to the chair, you know? You don't have to perform treatment on the same day, because they have to get familiar, and especially if they are special needs and mentally disabled, which are the main category that we cover, they have no communications. They cannot express their pain, and the parents will be really stressful because they don't know what's wrong with them. They will say the patient stopped eating. Check their teeth, maybe it's their teeth. And when you open, you'll find lots of cavities and mobile teeth and broken teeth that have to be managed to sort the patient out before they can have a normal life, to eat, talk, and communicate with their family.
So as we're coming towards the end of our interview, Dr. Amnira, what advice do you have for the audience watching now to better take care of their teeth, especially for the people with special needs, and that, so they can themselves try to, or their caregivers or family, have better care of their teeth before they come see you?
When it comes to special needs patients, they cannot do it themselves. They are dependent on a carer or someone else to help them at least. Some of them, they lack the manual dexterities. They cannot hold the brush because of deformities in their hands. So we have to educate the parents or the carers how to take care of the patient's dentition. That's number one. The thing that we have to shine a light on is the patient's diet. Most of the special needs patients, they get pampered or they get awarded with sweets and candies if they do something good. Sit, I'll give you Pepsi. Okay, do this, I'll give you candies. And on the other end, they don't brush. So we really work on oral hygiene, brushing techniques, and patients' diets, and that's very difficult to change. When they say they want Pepsi, it has to be Pepsi, or they will hit, they will scream,
they will get
very angry.
No.
So prevention is always better than cure. We always tell the patients, bring them for an inspection. They don't have to be presented in pain. Unfortunately, all the patients that we receive, they are in severe pain, and you have to do intensive procedure for them. You have to go ahead, give an injection, and remove a tooth. So,
Doctor, it's so kind of you to be our guest tonight, and fortunately our time is very much running out this evening right here on Hala Kuwait. We'd like to thank you for being our guest and wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very
you and
much.
your team and your future endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Tariq.
We were speaking to Dr. Amnira Zenki, consultant in advanced general dentistry with a subspecialty in special care dentistry. And we'd like to thank her for kind work that she's doing, and amazing job with her team all around the state of Kuwait. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's episode of Hala Kuwait. I hope you enjoyed all that we brought to you on this evening's program. Make sure to enjoy the rest of your viewing this evening and all throughout the weekend right here on KTV2, the family channel. Before I leave you, remember to always take care of yourselves and each other, and let's always remember to respect one another. Have a nice weekend, and good night for now.